Hey everyone, in this video I'll be giving you the tips and tricks on how to quickly determine which of the 18 Disney LEGO minifigures you have. So let's get straight into it. So first we have Mickey and Minnie Mouse. I'm doing these two together because they're really similar. The first part that you will recognize in terms of having either one of these is the mouse head. So it has these two distinct ears that you can latch onto, and then if you feel around here you'll feel the nose. So in terms of determining which one you have between the two, if you're looking for Minnie, you need to see if you can find the skirt piece right here. So you're gonna be able to feel the ruffles along the edge of the skirt, as well as fit your thumb into it. And Minnie also comes with this little bow thing, so you should feel that as well. And on the flip side, if you're able to isolate the head, torso, and legs within the bag and feel around, and if it doesn't have this piece or this, then you should have our good friend Mickey Mouse. The next duo of minifigures is Donald and Daisy. Again, you'll know that you'll have either one of these once you're able to isolate the head, and it's gonna be round where my index and thumb are touching it, but then you'll be able to feel the beak and this gap in between here as well. So just like the other ones, or the Mickey and Minnie, once you figure out that you're dealing with a duck, you'll be able to determine which one you have based on either Donald Duck's hat, his beret thing, your finger or thumb will fit nicely on the groove on top, and on one side you'll be able to feel the little, I don't know what this is, this piece of ribbon. Whereas with Daisy, once you find the bow, it's pretty easy. So it's kind of like a bow tie feel, and it has a gap here, and Minnie Mouse has the same one. And that's how you'd feel for Donald and Daisy. The third duo we have is Ariel, the Little Mermaid, and Ursula, the Sea Witch. So these two don't come with legs, which is the biggest giveaway to tell that you have either of them. So this piece is huge on the Sea Witch. As you can see, you'll be able to feel like a roundish thing right here, which is her fat stomach, as well as the tentacles. So this piece should feel really big within the blind bag. As for Ariel, just the finner. So here's the leg piece, which is not legs at all. It's a dolphin, or what is this? Oh yeah, mermaid fin. So you'll be able to feel these two standard minifigure leg tops, but then when you're looking for the legs, it'll feel squarish over here, and ta-da, you've got the Little Mermaid. They obviously come with other accessories that you can feel for as well, but those two huge pieces should be all you need for Ariel and the Sea Witch. The next duo is Mr. Aladdin and the Genie. So these two guys are the same in that they both have the magic lamp. And this lamp kind of feels like a minifig head that's squashed, and then you'll be able to grab onto the opening on one side or the handle. So once you figure out that you've got, or if you're able to figure out by using the lamp that you have one of these two guys, for Aladdin, the easiest part to use to figure out that it's him is his hair piece, because you'll feel the minifig hair when you're holding it around here, like around the edges, and then if you like swipe like this, you'll feel like a little nub, and that would be his little fez that he somehow manages to keep on his head. In comparison, there's two parts you can use with the Genie to determine it's him. First is finding the legs. As you can see on top, there's the two standard studs for the legs, and then at the bottom you'll feel a ghost or the legs tapering off into nothing. Another part that I found is the little piece of Genie hair right here. So when you're shaking the bag and all the smaller pieces come to a little corner, or one of the corners, the tiniest piece, no one has anything like this. It feels like a little round part right here, and then tapering off like a feather, and that's the Genie's little hair. So that is Aladdin and the Genie. The next duo is Mr. Incredible and Syndrome. So the easiest way to determine that you have one of these fellas is the 2x2 square tile. So these are the only two guys that have this in their, or in the bag that contains them. And from there, the best way to determine who you have is based on the hair. So Mr. Incredible has a standard feeling minifig hair piece. You'll be able to fit your thumb around here where the head's supposed to go, and then the top part is really smooth. And if you find a larger piece like this guy or Syndrome's hair piece, you'll be able to feel the pointy parts of his hair, and that's how you'll know that it's Syndrome and not Mr. Incredible. Next we have a trio of the Cheshire Cat, Stitch, and the alien from Toy Story. All three of these guys have these small minifig legs. So once you figure out that you have this piece, it's going to be one of these three guys. But for Stitch in particular, it's easy to tell that it's him solely based on his head because it's really huge. And you'll feel the two earpieces on either side. And it differs from Mickey because these ones are higher up on the head, and you can tell that they're more circular, and they don't really have an indent or a groove in the ear, whereas if you look at Stitch here, there's more of a round groove, and that helps you tell that it's him. The alien guy is pretty easy as well because it's his antenna that gives him away, and once you grab onto this, the rest of the head is really smooth with the exception of the two ears. And the cat was kind of more difficult because if you have the head, it's kind of hard to tell precisely what it is, but upon feeling the head and upon figuring out that the guy has short legs, the head in comparison to the other two short-legged guys is very different. So by process of elimination, you should tell that it's the cat. And if you do isolate the head, you'll feel that it has two sharp points on, or pointy parts on each side of the head. And on the top, you'll feel a bushy, not bushy part, but indents around where his hair, the hair part of his head is. And you'll slightly feel the 2 points on top, which are his ears. Next by herself is Maleficent. This one's really easy because you're just looking for the dress piece, the slope here. You might find the long stick as well of her staff. No one has a staff like this, but trust me, this part is the easiest. The minifigs with these dress pieces / cloak pieces are the easiest to find, and that's Maleficent. Next up we have Alice. This one is easy if you're able to find the drink me drink thing. You can hold the base here and you'll be able to feel the indent right here. Also, if you find the little cookie piece, it's just a 1x1 round tile, so this one is easy to feel for. And she has the skirt, which is the same shape as the one that Minnie wears. So that's how you find Alice. Oh yeah, also she has the hair thing. It's pretty smooth, but the easiest parts are the small pieces because no one else has this bottle or that cookie. Next up, or third from last, is Mr. Captain Hook. The easiest part for this guy is the hat because it's pretty huge. So what you're gonna feel is this huge curve like this. You'll probably be feeling it like this in the bag, and then you'll feel a bumpy part over here, which is the feather in his cap. And if you want to verify a bit more, he has the hair, but it's this super curvy hat thing or brim that will let you know that it's him. Additionally, if you're able to isolate the torso, you'll feel that one of his hands is the hook. And he has this sword as well, but for me it was just the hat that gave it away. Now we have Buzz Lightyear, and the easiest part to identify him, as I take him apart, is his chest piece, because it is very rigid. You'll probably feel it around this area here. You'll be able to put your thumb or finger there, and then upon pinching on the sides, you'll feel that there's a little gap here on both sides. And also you could feel for this part, but this part is really unique to Buzz Lightyear. And then the additional pieces that can help you figure it out are these wing pieces. So if you shake the bag and the pieces fall to the bottom, you'll be able to feel this wing and the little bump on the side, or this green hot dog shaped thing. And there will be 2 of them in the bag, but this part is your best bet to find Buzz Lightyear. Last, we have one of my favorite Disney characters, Mr. Peter Pan. This guy, the easiest part to feel is the knives, but the tricky thing is that until you actually open one, you don't know that the 2 knives are stuck together. So if you feel one knife and then this thing beside it that doesn't seem to wiggle away when you're trying to identify it's the knife, if you feel this piece here holding the 2 together, then you have yourself Peter Pan. He also has a pointy head thing or hat and the ears, so that's pretty good giveaway as well. But the easiest part, like as always, is if you can identify the smaller pieces, and with him it's the daggers. And that concludes the video of how to determine which Disney minifigure you have. The minifigures look like they're about to have a dance party, so we should let them have their fun. If you'd like to see a video of me trying to get a complete set of 18 out of a box of minifigs, click on the link right here. Otherwise, I hope you subscribe and have yourself a great night, day, or afternoon, depending on wherever you are and when you are watching this video. Goodbye.